Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel Good Shoes. We'll be diving into the detailed configuration of Proxmox Virtual Environment after installation. We already covered how to install Proxmox VE on your PC or server. Please check out the other video on the right corner of this video. And now it's time to configure it through the web interface, accessing via the port 8006. We'll also create a virtual machine from an ISO and show you how to allocate resources like CPU, memory, and storage. Whether you're running a HomeLab or building a Kubernetes cluster, Proxmox VE makes managing virtual machine easy from any PC using just a web browser. First thing first, to access the Proxmox interface, open a web browser and enter the IP address of the Proxmox server, followed by colon 8006. This will look like this. You'll see a security warning because Proxmox uses a self-signed SSL certificate. Just go ahead and accept the warning to continue to the login page. Now log in using the root username and the password you set during the installation. The Proxmox is a free to use without requiring a subscription. However, during installation or after logging in with the root user, you might see the prompt or warning message about no valid subscription. So for now, we could go ahead and click OK. Once you logged in, you will be greeted with the Proxmox VE dashboard. In the left-hand side bar, click on the Data Center. The section contains global settings for your Proxmox cluster and nodes, where we'll manage the ISO image and VM configuration. Under the data center, select the node where you want to upload your ISO file. In our case, we will be working on the node PVE. Under the storage tab, you will find a list of storage volumes. Here, you will see the option local or local LVM. Now, let's go ahead and click on the local. Make sure the ISO image is already downloaded onto your downloads folder. Select the Ubuntu ISO file and then click on upload. So once it's uploaded, we'll wait for a few minutes. You should see a prompt like copy data and you can click on close. This is just an information saying that imported successfully. So now let's create a virtual machine. Now the ISO is uploaded. Let's create a virtual machine to install Ubuntu. In the Proxmox sidebar, click on your node name, which is PVE, and click Create VM on the top right corner. Either way, you can select like right-clicking on the PVE and click on Create Virtual Machine. Under General tab, the VM ID, it's 200. You can also preferably change it to your convenience. And also you can give a name like Ubuntu M. And the ISO image is the image we have uploaded. Choose the local as the storage and the ISO to be Ubuntu and the type Linux and the version to be kernel 2.6. And under system, leave it default, the BIOS as. So under disk size, change it to the preferred number. Once you click on next, the next tab is CPU. Assign the CPU core to the VM. I recommend starting with 2 cores and click on next. In the memory tab, assign memory RAM to the VM. For example, I'm going to give like 4 GB and click on next. Under the network tab, I'm going to leave everything as default and click on next and confirm the configuration information and click on next or finish. So in the Proxmox interface, you'll be able to see that we have created the VM with the description 200 And on the left hand side, you'll be able to see that Ubuntu M1 with 200. So you should be able to see under the node PVE, the shell, there is a lot of information. Now let's click on the console, and the guest is not running at the moment. So let's start by clicking on Start Now. To select or press the boot selection OS. So now let's click on Try or Install Ubuntu. And on the bottom of the screen, you'll be able to see the task like start time, end time, node, username, and the description status. So the live session has started. It will take some time till you see a welcome screen. So now choose the language, which is like English, and then choose the keyboard layout. That's English UK. You can test your keyboard layout in the box provided and prepare for the installation. So I'm going to select the install third-party software for graphic and Wi-Fi, and I'm going to select the normal installation and click on continue. It's because I need to have updates and other software, so I have selected download updates while installing Ubuntu to ensure you get the latest security patches. It's because important to have Wi-Fi card and graphic drivers. So I'm going to select the erase the disk and install Ubuntu. This option will delete everything on your disk and install Ubuntu as the only OS. If you need something else, choose it. Choose this if you want to manually partition the disk. So you can create partitions like /boot, /home, /swap based on the personal preferences. Provided a brief explanation on, for me, erase the disk and install the Ubuntu. So now need to set up the time zone. I'll be selecting London and click on continue. And this will be the user account. So I'm going to set up the username to be good shoes and choose a strong password. And select if you want to log in automatically or require a password at login. So I'll select login automatically and click on continue. The installation process would take close to 10 to 15 minutes depending upon your system. During the installation, you will see a slideshow highlighting Ubuntu features like GNOME, desktop, and other software management. On the screen, you will be able to see please remove the installation medium, then press enter. So I'm going to hit enter, and you should be able to see the Proxmox. During the installation process, after system restart, you will log in for the first time, and you should be able to see something like on the screen connect to your online account. Purpose, Ubuntu gives you the option to connect to your system, to your account. Benefits are like sync your file, calendar, contacts, and more between your system and these online services. What to do here? We can either skip or you can connect to the online account provider like Google, Microsoft, etc. If you prefer not to connect any account, you can skip this step and set it up later through the settings online account. There is a prompt on the screen, new version of Ubuntu is available. So I'm going to click on ask me later and I click on skip. Enable Ubuntu Pro is a service provided by Ubuntu parent company that extends the security coverage and provides 10 years of support for LTS service. So I'm going to click on next and yes, send system information to Canonical. Click on next and the privacy settings. Ubuntu provides you with the option to configure your privacy settings. I'm going to keep it disabled. And there are a few applications if you need to install it by clicking on Open Software Now. But currently we'll click on Skip and Done. I'm going to click on Remind Me Later. Congratulations, you have successfully installed Ubuntu 22.04 on your Proxmox data center. And there you have it. In this video, we have walked through the full configuration of Proxmox VE after installation, how to upload an ISO, create your first virtual machine, and configure it with resources. Proxmox make virtualization simple and flexible, and now you are ready to run the multiple virtual machines on your server for your home lab deployments, developments, or even production use cases. In the next video, we will dive deeper into clustering and setting up high availability with Proxmox. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.